Alright everyone, here we are with ticker symbol Sndl, Sundial Growers Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back. And let's jump into this chart. So Sundial Growers Inc. has been fighting today to stay above the 50-day moving average. I mean, it broke through it, it fell back down, and then it's been fighting to break through resistance, broke through it, fell back down. And now it broke through it, and you can clearly see here how it used the 50-day moving average as support, and it's breaking away from it in the upward direction. That's a good sign there, but the bulls need to hold themselves up there because the bears can reappear fairly quickly. Now, when you look at this from the outer perspective, it ran up, it slightly fell, and here we are at our new points, right, of reference, which we're going to move our support and resistance in just a moment. Let me go ahead and get these to the right location and see here what's going on. But I want us to look at this based off the last couple hours of the day. The support was touched twice. Our resistance was pretty high and then it leveled off. And we are above the 50-day moving average. But the most important number for the bulls to break through is up here at 94 cents. Super important for all the bulls to break through that. 94 cents is their goal up here. Let me see exactly to the point. 94.39. If you want to round that up to 94.40, you're more than welcome to. That's probably the most important point right now for the bulls. Now, the good thing is they're managing to stay above the 50-day moving average. As we can see here, this has been a tug of war, and the tug of war is going to continue tomorrow. So we need to watch this closely. We need to really pay close attention to this. Now, the 50-day moving average is 75.28 to be exact. I mean, it jumps around, doesn't let me land on it exactly, but 75.28 is our 50-day moving average. If that gets broken through, this will end up in bearish territory. So I want every single investor to be aware of that and pay close attention to that. If the 50-day moving average is broken through, the bears are getting closer to their goal. They've accomplished their first one, which is getting into bearish territory, and now they're on their way to their second one, which is breaking through support. Support is literally 70 cents. I know it says 70.01. I just round that down because that's to the thousands place. 70 cents. We're currently at 79.09. Our 50-day moving average is 75.28, and 70 cents is our support. If this support gets broken through, this will be on its way to newer lows. This is the second lowest point of the candlesticks before this run. If 70 cents gets broken through, I'd pay very close attention to how the stock is reacting. And then we have our lowest point down here at 58 cents to watch the behavior of how it's doing. But if you want to have a point of reference before 58, because that is pretty broad, look at the lowest point reached in the day, which was 66.58. You want to round that down to 66.50, you're more than welcome to, but 66.58 to be exact. That could be the next point and the midway point from those lowest points down here. But before worrying about any of those numbers, 70 cents is the first support to pay close attention to, and if that gets broken through, the bears accomplish breaking through the 50-day moving average, and they're on their way to break through the first support level, getting deeper into bearish territory and pulling this further away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction. So I want to emphasize to all investors, pay close attention to the behavior and beware that there will be a tug of war continuing in the back and forth to see who dominates this one. The bulls are doing really good at bringing this up and holding themselves up real well from stopping this from hitting newer lows, but the bears are dominating and keeping them in the same place. That's something you want to pay close attention to on how this stock is reacting. Now, the bulls are going to want this and they need this. So I want to emphasize to all investors, this needs to be broken through for the bulls to continue the momentum and stay above the 50-day moving average. They need to break through this. They can't just hang out sideways and kind of, or even like slightly break through it and then fall right back down below it, because this 50-day moving average will catch up to the price And regardless of the two illustrations, it will go ahead and be above it. The prices will be below it. And that gives leverage to the bears to pull this down. So I want every single investor to be aware that the bulls need to break through this. They can't just miss it by a little bit or anything like that. That's the only way they will continue this momentum and continue that effect of working their way up to newer highs. So I want every single investor to be aware of that and pay close attention to this number. This is our resistance, 84.75. That needs to be broken through by the bulls. They need to turn that into a support, pull away from it to reach newer highs and get back up here to that 94.40, 94.50 mark that they reached, which was one of the highs up here. And once that gets broken through, we'll see if this starts to work its way up to that dollar mark that everyone is anticipating. There's a lot of people out there saying $1.20, $1.30, $1.50, maybe even upwards to $2. I think that if the bulls continue to pull through and there's good news and catalyst that adds up to everything here on the chart, I don't think that $1.50 or $2 will be that difficult. But what's reasonable to me is somewhere slightly above $1. And anybody that agrees with me, I look forward to seeing your guys' comments down below. And not only that, but you guys are more than welcome to share your thoughts and where do you see this going and how bullish you are feeling. I mean, a lot of people are excited about this. They've been watching this since it was in the 20s. And look how far it has run. It didn't even miss the dollar mark by too much. It missed it by like around 5 to 6 cents. And we're going to have to see how this continues. But I want everyone to be aware. 84.75 needs to be broken through and turn into a support. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video. And in that video, I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. As you see here on the graph, these circles are the dates that the pumps have happened. And I use them as examples to show you guys how much the stocks have risen. And the S&P 500 index rose on those dates. And the reason why it's rising is due to the fact that the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets. On these dates, the charts and the dates speak for themselves as we can see it here. And I break it down into more detail in the video. But just to summarize it, on these dates, the S&P 500 rises and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it. Anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share that does add up. And these individual ticker symbols are giving you back profits. These are profits. And like I always say, profits are profits. Whether it's $1 put into the market and you get back $2, you've put in an initial investment and you got back more than what you started with. That's what it's all about. And also in the video, I go into further detail showing you guys these dates and showing you how much it rose. Like for example, this was one of the last pump dates and the lowest point that it reached was down here at 35.11 and the highest point reached was 35.57. That's like a 40-point jump. And here we're seeing the same thing. It went down to 35.88 and it rose up to about, I'd say, let's see, this is all still in the same day. It rose up to about a total amount of 36.23. When you do the math, that's almost a 40 to 50 point jump, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with this. Now, I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform every single investor on the great news, on the opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. You have to do your due diligence and research, but these charts and the dates speak for themselves. I mean, this was probably one of the largest jumps that I've seen in the last couple of pumps, and it was down here at 33.02 and it rose up to about 33.88. That was an 80-point jump. There was probably ticker symbols rising up more than $3 per share on those dates. And even on these dates, there's individual ticker symbols rising more than $3 per share. Check it out, see for yourselves, And my best advice is look for ticker symbols that may be resembling the behavior of the S&P 500 index, and you'll be able to go ahead and give it a shot. Check it out. Again, I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm just here to go ahead and share the information along with every single viewer and investor. The video should be popping up soon. If you haven't seen it already, pop up. There is the link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.